Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Oh my gosh, I was such a wreck this morning. I guess you guys noticed. Yesterday, I was such a wreck. I was doing housework, heavy duty housework, and I go to the food pantry and the clothes I had on the night before, and they go, "Would you like some free clothes?" I looked down and it looked like I needed some. I go, "Well, no thank you." Okay, so I buy my clothes at the thrift store. Clothes are a non-issue. Some of my clothes look at it too. Okay, I want to make some cottage cheese because something occurred to me. If you make your cottage cheese, then you can always make some butter or sour cream. And so I have plenty of milk this week. So this must have been 16 cups because I've made several batches of cream cheese. Oh, look what happened to my yogurt. There's only a little bit left. I think I'll make some tomorrow, not tonight. I'm too exhausted. Okay, so I have about 4 cups of milk, and I learned something. And what I learned is if you, it's not supposed to boil, but if you cook it till it almost boils and you leave it there 15 or 20 minutes, your cottage cheese is going to turn out so much better. So I think I'm going to add, I don't add salt, so I can add a little bit more vinegar. So I think I'll add about a 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons, so 1 tablespoon for each. I'm looking for, I have rice wine vinegar, and as soon as I find a good deal, there's no soy milk to be had. So you just stir it around until it coagulates. This was pretty good milk. I got this for $2, I think, at Grocery Outlet. 99-cent only is going out of business. You can make this out of powdered milk too. All right. So since I had a big lunch. I bought some thin cut steaks. It's about 9 or 10 pieces for about $8 at Walmart. I ate 4 with salt. And then what did I do with them? They're in here. They're in the freezer. I froze them in a little baggie. Here it is. This is about 4. I baked them. I like my steaks kind of bloody. And so here they are, and I eat them frozen with coarse salt. I've been eating a lot of meat for the past 2 days because I would say for the most of the month, I was eating very, very cheap. So I had this the other night. And so at the food pantry last week, I got this sweet potato. And so I thought that was so good. I got a lot of nice food today. We'll go into that in a minute. So, okay, so I will just eat as much as I want tonight. I'm probably not going to eat a whole sweet potato. I don't know. I don't feel really, really hungry, but I like to eat at least 2 meals. All right, so I'm going to make this the exact same way I made it the other night. So, if you guys are a senior, if I don't convince you to do anything besides go to the food bank or the food pantry, if you're on a fixed income, you know, I light my candle at night and I pray for God to help my followers. And so what I learned a while ago when I was trying to survive alcoholism, that if this is the homemade butter, so if you make cottage cheese, so I learned if I try to help the other guy, it doesn't matter. It could be the littlest amount of effort. somehow you're going to get through the day without drinking, or you're going to get through your life with no tragic and absurd things happening. Not always, because, you know, that's life for you. Okay, so today at the food pantry, I love it when I get this. You don't see me eat this, but this is my homemade peanut butter. So I got a stalk of celery, and I probably won't eat all 4 of these tonight, but tomorrow. Okay, so I didn't go to the gym, so now I have to get, so this was 4 cups milk, and then I had, oh, this was great. This is very sturdy cottage cheese. That's okay, because I cooked my milk down like I did this time. And so here we have homemade cottage cheese, and I went to the food bank. So you might be thinking, well, you know, Rhoda, everyone is not a moocher like you are. Some people should be. Okay, so let's see. Uh-oh, my butter didn't melt. What's really great is you can use it like cream cheese too. Is my thing going? Sometimes I have the sense that it's cutting out. So all I want to do is just capture the cottage cheese. Now this one turned out really good. Look at this. And then if you have this, you can make yourself some butter. And then if you have this whey, you can make yourself some fry bread. And I can't show you because I ate them all. Notice the lovely vase I got today? I wasn't planning on spending any money. Okay, this is a brass vase. That means it's forever, so it was looking kind of grubby. So I looked it up. If you wash it with water and white vinegar, just wipe it down and then rinse with some water, you've got yourself a nice vase. So, this is a very fun hobby, actually. Retirement's fun, you know, if you make it that way. And then I made, so I have my, and this is an easy meal. So if you have your sour cream, you have your butter, you have your yogurt, once you get, I found out by going to the pantries. Now this time I learned a lot, not saying I didn't the other times. I had hot dogs that I buy. I thought these look like they have a little bit of what do you want to call it, freezer burn. And I thought, well, that is okay. So here we go. So, okay, that is enough food. I missed the gym a couple days. I don't like to do that because, you know, it's really important to keep your muscle mass when you get older. Okay, so I have, what is this? So this, I'm going to put the whey in this cup. I'm not going to freeze it because I'm going to make fry bread. I wanted to mention this. See this? This is the cup of tea. I made 4 cups of tea last night and I freeze it. And then as it melts, I drink it down. I have some bottled water I bought. Okay. An average retiree reports that they spend 25% of their monthly spending, 25% of their monthly spending goes towards food. Okay, if the average person has like $1,300 if they're retired, and an EBT gets $291, so say $300. So that is saying that you have $1,200 out of your $1,300 spendable. No, that is, first of all, that is nonsense. That is why I keep harping on this, because Also, you know, I know there's some people out there who've seen the sense of this and said, okay, I'm going to try it, so then I will get some blessings. Gainfully employed Americans spend 11.3% of their income. I don't think that is correct either, because I was watching videos I made last year, and the food was 2 and 3 times higher this year, but I am finding ways to cut my expenses. So the rest of this month, I'm being as cheap as I possibly can. I don't really consider the food pantry cheap. I could get EBT as well, but I'll go into why. I'm just going to stay with the food pantry. But if you are on Social Security, there is no reason you can't get EBT, and you should, because then you can buy yourself some meat. Also, I have learned that dairy, like the cottage cheese, like the peanut butter, can really help you. I wanted to mention about this sweet potatoes and butter. This could be grits, you know, those small packages of grits. That's good. I like that for a quick meal. Okay, I went to the food pantry week 1, and they gave me approximately $38.04 per that week. The second week I got $36.99, and the third week I got $47.96, so $122.91 in 3 weeks. So, I will show you the list. I'm trying to keep track of these. I know some of you don't want to see this, but this can help you a lot when you're trying to purchase groceries. It's helped me a lot. For one thing, I saw you should be stocked up on dairy. Here is number 2 right here. And this pantry gives me better food than I normally buy, because I buy markdown food. A lot of this food has come from Trader Joe's or Albertsons. And I haven't had any food that was not edible. Let me give you one day at a time on a budget, even though, you know, if you take a screenshot of these food, she's got a good one too. On this one, they gave her a pound of bacon and a pound of hamburger. So last week I bought 2 pounds of bacon and a pound of hamburger. Here's her other one. This week she got, I think it was chicken. Okay, now I want to tell you some stuff. This is about week 3. On every week that I go to this pantry, I get this high quality food that there's no way I would ever buy. So I got a box of cereal. I showed this to you. Now it's not ready to expire October 31st, 2024. I think the reason it was donated, it has an X on the box, is because it got crushed. Guess how much this cereal is? I could not believe this. I know I'm cheap. I know I'm out of touch. You know how the older people think everything's expensive? $22.99 for 2 boxes. Otherwise, $11.50 per box. I thought about opening it and trying it right away, and I thought, no, you have some. And it's a full-size box, so I got that. The bagels, I got these nice onion bagels, and so I have my cream cheese. Those are ordinarily $9.89 from Albertsons. And then let's see, this one, I could not believe this. Guess how much this dog food, I should have tried to get 2. I had no idea. $4.49. I have to carefully divide this in 2 so the dogs don't tear each other apart. So I just wanted to mention that. So it gives you a chance. And then I got a really nice assortment of vegetables. I'm eating these from last week, which what's really nice is when you get the lemons if you want to use those. And then I wanted to mention this, these kiwis. I got 15 kiwis, so I gave 5 away already. And this is like, I think this was grown in somebody's yard at the church. It smells so good. But this is a very nice squash. So I wanted to mention to you guys that last year, these are green pepper and squash seeds. And I planted these in my backyard. And believe it or not, they have all sprouted. So if the gophers eat them, it's not the end of the world because the seeds were free and the dirt was free because I got the dirt on the mountain. So I want to show you something. I figured, take a look, you might be going, oh, those bananas are way too overripe. I figure all bananas are not created equal. I figured these bananas were from Trader Joe's. But I thought I'll check them, and if I need to, I'll make banana bread. So I'm glad I didn't need to. Look how nice these bananas are. So, the last time I went to the food pantry, I went to Trader Joe's to get food. So I will keep this up. I will keep this up until the end of the month for sure. And then today I bought these crackers at a Dollar Tree for $1.25 because I like to eat crackers and peanut butter and crackers and cheese with soup, like split pea soup or tomato soup. And what I like to do is drop the crackers into my soup and eat them. So these are really, I like to buy, I want to mention the amounts I buy, 6 of these boxes of crackers a month and 6 Walmart brand soda pop. I drink this when I'm at home to save money. I was telling my neighbor, I had this customer one time, and she was pretty well off herself. She was a housekeeper for these rich people. That was her job. She had done it all of her life, and she's really good at it as well. She would actually clean the house on the outside with a brush, like the old-fashioned way. She was Hungarian. Her and I got along marvelously. She took care of the daughter. She did all the cooking from scratch. She cleaned the car. She wore a dress, mind you, and most of the time when she never left her clients unless they passed on, and then they always left her money because she was better than a family. But she told me when her mother passed on, she could not believe how much money her mother left her. And I thought, yeah, because she had been thrifty all of her life. Like, she would go to Pick and Save, and I've told you guys this story, and buy shoes, matching shoes and purses in every size. Cheap, yes. Matching, yes. I started doing that too. So think about this, 25% of their monthly spending went towards food. Okay, one of the difference between poor people and rich people is rich people can save 30% of their income. Well, here's 25%. I mean, maybe not a whole 25%, but it's money you can use towards your utility bills. If the car breaks down, it's a nightmare. So be thinking about that. You might be thinking, I'm sick of your pantry. Well, that's okay, because you can learn to stock up on dairy and cheese. I got a large, I couldn't believe this. I got a large $10 plastic thing of some kind of beans, and today they had that option on one of the tables, it was Spanish rice, but I thought, no, I want to take the cereal because it said Trader Joe's, not knowing it was $11.50. I will keep my eye out for that. But I wanted to store that until I wanted to take that to have until I ran out of oatmeal. And then I got two, they had these, you could get two. Look at these. This is nice, no worrying about salad. So, okay, just wanted to mention that. Also, I was at Dollar Tree and I saw they had the fairly large bags of roasted peanuts for $1.25. And so this peanut butter is delicious. And I made it out of the Dollar Tree peanut butter. If the peanuts are already roasted, you don't have to roast them on both sides for 10 minutes. They're already roasted. Just grind them. Grind, and then add a tablespoon of oil. I want to mention this: 3 tablespoons of oatmeal. Okay, the box suggests you eat a 1/3 cup, which is a lot. And then I learned on the bodybuilding channel to eat 3 tablespoons rice. You know, not a cup. It's going to make 10 pounds, you know. And then what I have been doing is I have 3 tablespoons oatmeal and 3/4 cup water, and I zap it, and then I eat it with evaporated milk, undiluted, and then I don't add sugar. I don't really care for the nuts and the raisins. That's one thing. I was eating it that way, but this 3 tablespoons oatmeal, 3/4 cup water, and evaporated milk is much better for me. And then if you're making yogurt, cottage cheese, and butter and sour cream, for butter, I got the heavy cream, I think it was a 1/2 gallon, and I made tons of butter, and then the whey was like milk. So yogurt, cottage cheese, butter, sour cream, and peanut butter. Also, they give us peanut butter at the pantry. So last week I could have gotten milk and eggs, but I already had some left. So you know, also, you know, with these really delicious bagels, $9 bagels, and I usually eat a 1/2 of one, so I have 12 bagels to last me until next week. And then I want to mention, if you have potatoes that need to be used, make potato soup, or I'm probably going to make tomorrow potato salad, because, and if you have sweet potatoes, they're so much easier just to boil. They taste good too. Also, I have extra bacon, so I'm going to be making bacon bits, or just I bake my bacon at 400, and then I can just freeze it in a whole piece if I want to. Okay, another thing I want to mention is, okay, I got spinach, a can. And what is good about spinach is you can make a spinach quiche. You can mix anything with spinach. You just drain it out good. I usually use cheese and chicken, and or if I heat it, I like to add a lot of vinegar and salt and pepper to it. So that was a nice thing that I got. But one of the vegetables you really want to stockpile is peas, because then if there's some kind of situation, you have peas and rice, you're going to fare up a lot better. Like some of us would rather eat bacon and pea soup with some evaporated milk and butter than refried beans. Although if you have the good refried beans, you know, so that makes all the difference. Okay. I want to mention this. Many economists and investment analysts expect that the country will likely avoid a recession. Average U.S. gasoline and diesel prices to decrease in 2024 and 2025. Well, it's almost $7 out here. Every American should have at least 3 days supply of food and water. So if you go to the food pantry and then you get this food and you eat that, that gives you a little extra money. For food storage, just, I learned this when I moved. Something happens, you can throw your cans into a garbage can, a big one, and load it into a truck. So cans are the best. They're painful to move, but nothing's gonna happen to it. Okay, now I wanna mention, just for now, hoard cash and work on the grid down preparation. Like what? Like water. I refill mine at Walmart. Water, gasoline, a full tank of gasoline, food storage, and money for gasoline in case you have to evacuate. There's been terrible, I think Dubai and parts of Russia are flooded now. And I mentioned to you, they're saying, oh, the job market is strong. Really? There's a lot of layoffs. I think there's going to be people without jobs. And then just a note about trying to grow food. Okay, if you're like me, you're not going to, probably not going to be horribly, you're not going to be horribly successful. But if you start growing cherry tomatoes, I planted the whole cherry tomato from those tomato plants by Smart and Final, and they have sprouted. So if you get some good organic cherry tomatoes and save a couple out for seeds, or you can cut them open and just take the seeds out. So squash, you have seeds. Green onions, you have seeds. Peppers, you have seeds. If you get the pepper, the jalapenos, and cherry tomatoes, it's really going to help you. So cut down everything except shelter and utilities. Right now I'm in the kitchen and that's the only utilities I'm using. And you think that would bring my, oh, let me do a product review on this. I found out these are $1.37. Where is that thing? I want to do a product review on this thing. Where's that thing? It's a sparkling black cherry. Ah, here it is. I thought it was water. These are $1.30 something at Walmart. She goes, you want one? I thought, yeah, I'll try one. I like black cherry. Oh, that is really good. It's like what is that? Perrier, but with the, I'm gonna buy these. I am always looking for something like that because I don't like sugar drinks. And $1.30 is not too expensive. So shelter and utilities, food, water, gas, and cash. And then in order to save money, just for like one day at a time, say, do I have any food in my house? Or if you go to the pantry, you're going to have food for a week. Then I can eat so as not to spend any money, and also be thinking about the quality of the food. Maybe it's like a little bit worth it to go to Trader Joe for the bananas. So just like try to control the spending for today and then worry about tomorrow. If you stockpile a little bit all the time, like the crackers were $2.50, I was going around town and I should not have been seen. I redid my hair because some years I like to be really blonde in the summer, so my hair doesn't look good, but once it tames down, it will. And then think about always having tea in the house, or if you're a coffee drinker. Okay, I want to mention chips. Chips are getting expensive, but if you keep your eye out, you can get them at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And also Markdown food. You know, when I went to the Walmart that I usually go to, but the store was freezing, I couldn't shop for, by this time I'm just like too messed up. I'm tired, I'm dirty, I'm a mess. Okay, think about homemade bread, a large block of cheese. So you can make macaroni and cheese. Or, you know, buy a couple boxes. The Dollar Tree is good. Tomorrow I think I'll make applesauce. So I can usually get apples at Smart and Final and just boil them down like I did the sweet potatoes. Add some sugar, and you have, if you have lemon, that's good too. Okay, one good sandwich, it's really good with soup, is cheese, and I cut the bologna in 4 pieces. But this week I have a luxury because I have cheese from the turkey from the food pantry. When I first started doing YouTube, I used to pray, God, if I just convince one person to try my ways, I will be happy. So think about tuna fish, stockpiling, cheese, peanut butter, bologna, and then I buy frozen breakfast burritos in the middle of the month. I eat these Dollar Tree. I also bought hamburgers and chicken salad, about 15, and then I bought the larger sandwiches at Walmart, about 15 of them. So frozen sandwiches. And then for a few days, how about some less meat meals? I consider hot dogs pretty, I put really good, I roasted them with some oil and I put some barbecue sauce. So less meat meals, and what I do is I lurk around, and when the hot dogs are on sale really cheap, you know where has good hot dogs? The chicken hot dogs at Aldi's. Okay, now. Oh, this is important. This goes back to this nice squash I bought. I didn't buy it. I got it for free. Think about carrots. They gave me that. Turnips, parsnips, potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes, beets, and these squashes, because this is a lot of food. These aren't too cheap. They're like $1.99, but if you get them free, they're very cheap. And what you can do is you can make soup, you know, out of some of them, which is really good. I make the squash soup just like potato soup. I put the squash in the water, I boil it down, salt, pepper, sugar, I mash it up, I put a little milk and butter, and that tastes good to me. Also, I want to mention the Rosicrucianism again. Okay, they say you're going to live a lot longer. In fact, we should all be living to be like 120 years old. You don't have to do this crazy supplemented stuff and half starve. It's water, clean water, good food, and clean air. And also they eat all their food raw. But for me, I think I feel better nourished when my food is cooked, but we're from the cold country, so everybody is different. So another thing is, and I agree with this, if you can get into harmony in your environment, so that's why I was working so hard on my housework, and I'm going to be trying to create a harmonious house. Go to my Instagram and you'll see some of I'm trying to get my decor done so my house is done and ready to go way before Christmas time. It's going to cause me so much less work. So you're trying to get into harmony with all the people, with your environment. So I was doing good going to the gym every single day, and that's going to help me make sure I have a future. Now the Rosicrucianisms, they walk a lot. They're outdoors a lot. Also, they try to get into the stream of life. You know, those songs, Keep on Going with the Flow or whatever that is. Also, I've been listening to music from when I was young because the life coaches said it gets you into a really good mood, and it does. So, and they also study mysticism. Okay, I'm not in too much to that because of being a Baptist, but I just read the Bible, and we say it says what it means, and it means what it says. And then there's this thing, don't eat too much. Don't be grabbing for too much abundance. And I have heard rich people say this: you're the same when you're rich as if you're poor. So if you're moderate, you're going to be healthier. The Bible says moderation in all things. And then the other thing is art and music. So I am trying to get flower arrangements. I bought a few flowers today, and I finally came on to the color scheme I like, which is this gold and terracotta and green, you know, like that. Okay, so now I want to talk about L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard, his main mission, a lot of people don't see it this way, but his main mission was to help people. And so what was going to happen is you were going to go to these auditors, and you were going to learn skills, and you were going to get to the bottom of your problems, and you were going to learn to live more effectively. And his whole idea was to help people. So the thing about him, because I watch every video I could find that was actually him, and the whole thing was he had so much faith in this life creating the future and the future life. So I don't know about reincarnation, but everything we do, like I was cleaning my refrigerator, and let me tell you, it affected my day. My life is so much better. Anyway, so if you can look into some of this stuff, you don't have to convert. Also, if you buy like 1 or 2 really good items a week, like if you find some big package of hot dogs for $2, or a big gallon of milk for $2, and you can find 1 or 2 of those a week, that is going to help you so much. I go to grocery outlet, but I find them at Walmart. I find all kinds of stuff. And another thing is, I'm doing this continuous inventory. Okay, so I mentioned to you guys I got 15 kiwis, so I'm going to put a little bag of kiwis in my car, and I'll probably give some away. Because I only eat 2 or 3 kiwis maybe a week, but they said, would you like 15 kiwis? And I said, okay, because I'm pretty sure I can give them away. And then remember the Oslo diet. This is a good diet if you're sick. It is whole wheat bread, and I got a good recipe that I gave you guys for the whole wheat bread. This is the most valuable recipe, I think, one of them. If I will do the cookbook. When I do the cookbook, this one's going to be in it, because it took me years to find this. 1 cup flour, 1 cup wheat flour, but I just ground my wheat cereal up to powder. You could use Raisin Bran, All Bran. I had some flax seeds, and then 1 whole grain cornmeal. Well, I had grits, so I used that. That turned out really good. A cup of raisins, 2 cups buttermilk. So I have evaporated milk in the can, and I measured out a cup, and I made the whole batch on this one, and I am so glad I did, because it turned out so delicious. Here it is. I haven't gotten to the freezer. Uh-oh. So here's some sausages I bought, and then the bananas need to be in here because they're not quite totally frozen. I also like those pancake breakfast. Here is the butter I made. Here is the sausages I got at the food pantry. This could have been sausages. And then here is the brown bread. And this is so delicious with tea. Take a look at this. I'm glad I found this. I'm going to eat this. I have a plate. Oh, I'll put it over here. So with the buttermilk, just add, vinegar, and it will thicken up 3/4 cup molasses. I had 2 large molasses from, I think, the holidays. 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, 325 for 1 hour. But I use small. Get this recipe. Here is the billionaire's diet. He's pretty much of a vegetarian. So are the Rosicrucianists. So are some of the Adventists. Okay, the Oslo diet is 2 slices of whole wheat bread, like this brown bread. The brown bread I got last year is like 10, or last week was, I still have some. 2 loaves for $10, about. 2 slices of whole wheat bread and butter, and then a block of cheese, and you can make, this is cheese. Salad, a little one, 3 pieces of vegetables, little ones. It was like carrots, turnips, and cucumbers, I think. A bottle of milk, a small bottle of milk, and a piece of fruit. I didn't put the block of cheese, but if you're under the weather, oh, I want to give you my under the weather. I'm very seldom sick, but if I was to get sick and I couldn't eat, it would be a 1/2 cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of fruit juice, a 1/2 cup of vegetable juice, and a 1/2 cup of beef broth or chicken broth. One time I was sick and the doctor says, well, I could send you home, but you weren't eating. I go, bring me some food, I'll eat it, I want to go home. He goes, well, what will you eat? And I go, well, do you have a turkey sandwich? Okay, you guys, that's enough. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay with me. If you don't have any food in your house, that's only temporary. And God bless you all.